Hey guys, it's Cailin here. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. So, are you ready to get those Pilates legs? So we are focusing all on the legs today, all on the lower body. If you're looking for those nice, long, lean legs, right? Strengthening, lengthening, toning without adding that big bulk, this is gonna be the workout for you. So we've got just under 30 minutes of leg workout, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna start in standing and then move down to the floor and do all kinds of leg exercises. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. So we're gonna be in standing to start. And just find a nice parallel stance, maybe just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. All right. And feeling that nice long spine, I want you to start to hinge at the hips here. So think of kind of opening your sitting bones back behind you as you find a nice flat back and hinge forward. So already you should be feeling the muscles in the backs of the legs start to open up. And now I want you to round your upper body as you come down towards the floor. Let your arms come down as well. So now you're in a nice forward fold. And then from here, I want you to start to bend one knee and then the other. So you're going to just get a nice, beautiful kind of flowing motion here in that lower body. So we're bending one knee as the other straightens. And we're just going to keep that moving. So we're not holding that stretch. We're just holding it just for that second before we switch to the other side. And let your hips sway here side to side. So we're opening up those hamstrings even more, just opening up those hips. Just do a couple more each side. Last one. Good. And then go ahead, straighten those legs. And with that round spine, you're going to go ahead and stack back up to that standing position until you come all the way back up. Good. So we're going to move right into our squats. So I'll turn sideways. You can see me here on this one. So you're going to be in a parallel stance, knees, toes, and hips facing in one direction. And you're going to keep that tall spine, but sit back into your heels as you send those arms forward and then lift back up. Good. So inhale, squatting back, and exhale, lift. Maybe your squats are more like tiny knee bends as you start to get warmed up here. So inhale back, exhale, lift. Make sure you can see those toes when you bend those knees. Good. Let's do 5 and 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Sit back, hold it. Little pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way back up. All right, go ahead and bring your legs now nice and wide with the toes facing forward. So we're just gonna do some nice side to side bends. You're gonna start to bend into this right knee. You can send your arms forward for that and then lift back up and then go right to the other side. So we're starting to wake up the glutes here of that bent knee, and you feel that stretch of the inner thigh of that straight leg. Good. So just keeping it moving, moving with your breath. Inhale, lift, exhale. Good, one more each side. Good, now come back into that right side and hold it. I want you to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up, left side, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, come all the way back up. All right, turn those legs out. So we're gonna do our nice wide squat here. So this time, knees, hips, and toes are all facing in that same direction out to the side. All right, so I'm gonna keep my hands on my hips for this one. And you start to bend your knees as you bring yourself down and then lift back up. Good, so bend and lift. So it's very common in this position to start to let the knees come in. So I really want you to think of working the external rotators of the legs to keep those legs in that turned out position. Good, lower and lift. Maybe you add the arms out to the sides. Good. and lower, lift. Let's do 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna pulse it here, so hold it down, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it all the way up. Awesome, bring those toes back forward. Shake out those legs here just a little bit. And we're gonna bring ourselves down to the floor now for our floor work. So to do that, I want you to come to the front of your mat. Go ahead and cross your legs. You're gonna genie those arms here. We're gonna try to slowly bring our hips down to the mat as you bend those knees. So you're gonna bend those knees, find some control. You're gonna sit back, separate your feet, bring your arms down, and then we slowly roll it all the way down to the floor. So we're setting ourselves up for bridging here. So we have our nice long neutral spine position, and our legs are in parallel and our feet are walking close to our body. Arms are down by our sides. Go ahead and take your inhale. And on your exhale, for this first one, I want you to roll through your spine, press into your heels, press into your feet as you come all the way up into that nice long bridge here. Now hold it here at the top. Feel that beautiful length here from your shoulders all the way through your knees. Now keeping a flat back this time, I want you to come halfway down, and then you're gonna use your glutes and then the hamstrings to lift back up. So you're gonna come halfway down and lift. Good, lower and lift. Let's do 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good, hold it here. Now, I want you to stay in that parallel stance, hips lifted. I want you to lift the heels and lower, and then we lift and lower. So we feel more of those calves here and more of those glutes and hamstrings as we stay lifted. Lift and lower. Let's do 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring the heels down. Take your inhale. Exhale, roll down through your spine, one bone at a time. Inhale to release. And then exhale, roll back up. We're gonna set ourselves up for some single leg work. So find that parallel pelvis here. Transfer your weight to your right leg. Draw that left leg into tabletop. Either keep it in tabletop or extend the leg all the way up to the ceiling. And then you're gonna inhale, lengthen that leg away, and then bring it back up. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, lift. 3 more, inhale, exhale, last 2. Last 1. Good, hold that leg lifted or keep it bent, and little pulses with that right leg. So you're feeling the hamstring glute of that right leg here as you reach that opposite leg to the ceiling, or just hold it in tabletop. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring that leg down. We're gonna switch right to the other side. So weight on that left foot, left leg, right leg in tabletop or reach it up. Good, hold those hips level. Inhale, lengthen away. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. For 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good, keep it lifted or knee bent. We're gonna do those single leg pulses. Remember to drive through that left heel. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, place that foot down, even your hips off. And then we get to bring it all the way back down. Very nice. All right. We're gonna prop ourselves up on our forearms. Okay, still facing in this direction here. So when you're here, I don't want you sinking down into the shoulders, making sure you're staying lifted in the upper body. We're gonna find some work here with the legs. So I want you to draw those legs into that frog leg position. So that means your knees are out to the side, your heels are together, and your feet are flexed, okay? Belly's pulling in. Then you're gonna inhale as you point the toes, lengthen, reach those legs out. They're still in that turned out position, and then draw the legs back in. So we're gonna reach it away and back in. So reach, lengthen, point those toes, exhale in. Good, so those heels are staying glued together throughout. So we really feel that inner thigh work, inner line of the body. Let's do 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Now, we're gonna add a little open and close of the legs. So we're gonna reach out, open and close, and then bring it back in. Lengthen, reach, open, close, and in. So more inner thighs here. Probably feel those abdominals too. Reach, open, close, and in. Last 2. Good, and last 1. Reach, open, close, and in. Awesome. Go ahead and bring those legs down to the mat. We're gonna flip ourselves right over onto our forearms. So we're gonna set ourselves up for some more single leg work with bent knee and then a straight leg. So let's start with our elbows right under our shoulders. Forearms are on the mat. Legs are about hip distance apart, knees are under the hips here. Now you're gonna transfer your weight to your left leg as you start to float that right leg off the mat. Now make sure shoulders are down, belly's pulling in. Now go ahead and point that toe of that right foot. And with that bent knee, you're gonna start to bring that leg up and then back down. Keeping that knee bent, keeping the belly pulling in. So again, you feel those same muscles that you were doing in bridging here. So the glute, hamstring, really focusing on the back of that leg here. Good, let's do 4, 3, 2, last 1. Lift up, hold, tiny little pulses of that toe up towards the ceiling. Good, and pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now reach that leg long. Make sure that hip bone of that right hip is still facing towards the floor. Now we're going to start to cross that right leg over the left as it comes to the left side of the mat. Good. Now bring it up through center, cross it over to the other side. Good. Lift up through center, reach. Good. Lift up through center, over to the right. So trying not to shift your pelvis and your spine too much here. Making sure that work is really coming from the leg, that glute, that inner thigh. Good, and lift and over. Last 1 each side. Good, now reach it into center, back into parallel, small little long-legged pulses here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower that leg all the way down. Good, sink your chest down just for one little child's pose here, just to take some pressure off the shoulders. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself back up to that forearm all fours position. So once you're there, again, remember shoulders down, elbows under the shoulders. And then start to transfer your weight to your right knee. And then lift that left leg up, keep the knee bent. And then we press that foot up towards the ceiling. Driving with the hamstring and glute. Awesome. Remember that core is nice and strong and stable. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted, tiny little pulses. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, straighten that leg out. Reset those shoulders. Cross the leg across the body over to the right side. And then bring it out as it touches over to the left. and across. Good, and across. Good, really feeling again that outer thigh, inner thigh, hamstring, glute here. Good. One more each side. Good, bringing that long leg back to center, square off the hips, long leg pulses. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring that knee all the way back down. All right, now we're gonna set up for our side lying leg series. So I'm gonna come right over onto my right side, sitting my elbow up at the back edge of the mat and having my spine all the way to my pelvis at the back edge of the mat as well. So I'm gonna bend this bottom leg for a little bit more support. So that way I can really focus on getting that length here in this top leg, right? So with this top hand here stabilizing here in the front, go ahead and pull the shoulders down, hips are stacked, point that top leg, and we're gonna start to lift and lower here. So lift and lower. So really feel like you're reaching the energy out of the foot and the leg as much as possible. Lift and lower. So keeping that hip stacked focuses more of that attention here into that outer hip and glute and that side leg there. Let's do 2 more. 2. Good. Last one. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to turn the leg out in the hip socket. All right, so trying to keep the hip stacked as much as possible, and then we're going to lift and lower with that turned out leg. Good, so you feel just some different muscles here than you do in that parallel position. Good. Lift and lower. Good, where's your belly at? Pull it in and up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now for this next one, I am going to extend this bottom leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this turned out position with the top leg. We're going to drag the heel up this bottom leg as we bend that top knee, extend it up, and then bring it back down. So we bend as we drag it up, lift, and lower. So this is like passe in dance, right? So you feel that kind of that dancer movement, that dancer leg here. Good, now reverse that. So we're gonna lift up, bend, drag the foot down the leg, extend and lift, bend, reach and lift. Good. 2 more. Last one. All right, now you're gonna come back to that parallel stance. I'm gonna bend that bottom knee again. So knee, hip, toe facing forward. We're gonna do our front kick. So we're gonna kick forward, point the toe as we bring it back. Kick and point. Good, so we feel quad here in hip flexor as we pull that leg forward, and then we feel hamstring and glute as we pull back. So kick and back. We're doing all that with a nice stable pelvis, stable spine. Last 2 and last one. Okay, last exercise on the side circles. So we're gonna bring the leg forward, start to open that leg up as we bring it up, lower down, back to parallel. Come forward, lift up and lower. Good, forward, turn the leg out so it lifts up and lower. 2 more times this direction. Last one. Good, now reverse it. So turn the leg out as it lifts. Good, forward, back to parallel and back. Good. So these are hard for me. It's hard to really find those circles without really shifting the hips and shifting the body. So that's the goal. Do the best you can. Last one. Good, and bring it back. Awesome. All right, we're gonna do all that on the other side. So go ahead and shift yourself up. Maybe prop yourself on behind your sitting bones. Swing those legs around and then come over onto your left side, setting up the exact same way. All right, so bottom leg bent here for more support. Getting that top leg That parallel position, hips are stacked. Go ahead and reach that top leg up nice and long, and then reach up and lower and lift, lower. So this is one of those exercises that's really easy to just kind of let the leg fling up and down, right, and not really think about it. So the more you think about keeping the hips stacked, keeping the leg engaged and reaching long, the more you're going to get out of these exercises. All right, so let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. All right, you're going to turn the leg out in the hip socket and do that same thing. Lift, lower. So I have less range externally in this leg than I do on the other side. So this one's even harder for me on this side than it is on the other side. Good, let's do 2. Last one. All right, now I'm gonna reach the leg, the bottom leg long on this one so I can find that passe up the leg. So I'm gonna bend this top knee, drag that foot up the leg, extend, and then bring it down. Good, so it's gonna bend, reach, and extend. Good, drag it up, reach, and extend. Last 2. Last one. Okay, now reverse it. Bring the leg up, bend, reach it away. Okay, lift up, bend, and reach. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Good, and reach. Good, I'm gonna bend this bottom knee again. Bring that leg back to parallel, flex through my ankle, and we're gonna bring that leg forward, point the toe, bring it back. Good, and forward, and bring it back. Keep that leg in line with the hip here. So you're really working, again, that outer hip and glute. Good, last 4. And 3. Last 2. And last one. Good, reach it away. All right, last exercise of those full leg circles. All right, reset up here. And then we're gonna lift that leg, staying in parallel. It comes forward, then starts to circle open and lower, and then back to parallel. Forward, externally rotate, open and down. Good, forward, open and lower. 2 more times in this direction. Again, this leg may feel very different than the other one. Good, lower, now reverse it. So we're gonna lift. Good, come forward and reach it away. Good, lift, forward, back to parallel and reach. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Good, and reach it away. All right, lower that leg down. We're gonna come onto our bellies. We just got a couple exercises left. So normally when we come onto our bellies for Pilates, we're getting some extension and lift in the upper body. We're gonna keep our upper body still so we can focus on those legs. So your head's gonna come down onto this pillow that you've made with your hands. Elbows are out to the sides. Now I want you to pull those shoulders down so they can stay connected to the ribs. Pull your belly in and up away from the mat. And then start to really reach those legs nice and long out of the hip sockets. Trying to find as much length as you can. All right, so we're gonna start first with just some single leg work. So we're gonna start to just lift the right leg and then lower, and then switch to your other side. Lift left leg and lower. Good, lift and lower. So you feel hamstring and glute of that leg that's lifting. Good, think of reaching by lengthening the front of the body, the quad, the hip flexor as you lift up. Good, lift and lower. Last one, left side, lift and lower. Good, now really pull that belly in. I want you to lift both legs up and off, and then start to alternate one and then the other. Trying to keep that pelvis in that stable, steady position. Not moving too fast, but the legs are both staying lifted off the floor. Good. Let's do 2, 2, 1, and 1, and then lower the legs back down. All right, now both legs are gonna lift together. So again, belly pulling in, reach out of the legs, both legs lift and lower, lift and lower. They're not fully relaxing onto the mat, just maybe a slight tap and lift, lower. They can be more in a turned out position here. Good, lift. Last 3 and 2. Good job. Last one and lower. All right, last one here. I want you to go ahead and bend your knees out to the sides. You're gonna bring your feet together so that they're gonna stay touching here. Then you're just gonna start to lift those legs up towards the ceiling. Definitely more hamstring and glutes here for this one. Good, lift and lift. We've got 5 more for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring those knees down, extend your legs, bring your hands back by your shoulders, shift it back. Just come into a nice little child's pose to stretch out that lower back there. I don't know if you guys feel your legs. That 30 minutes, I can feel them quite a bit. It doesn't take very long if you're really focused. You really focus on that alignment, focus on that form, and just isolate those muscles. It's all it takes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that today. Take some extra time here to stretch out those legs if you need it. Please go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you thought and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And please subscribe to my channel for more updates on when I release new videos. I also have other general Pilates videos on my channel, as well as Pilates for kids, or Pilates with kids, and Pilates for pain relief. So hope you will check those out, and I hope to see you back here on the mat again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.